What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alan and this is Norris Arms. Today I'm going to be comparing two similar looking rifles but completely different when it comes to engineering and standard as far as what you'd be getting it for purpose use. Now, these aren't going to be direct comparisons, and the reasoning for it is just because of the chambering itself. One's in 308, one's in 300 Blackout. This is to kind of help some of the people that are actually trying to find some stuff when it comes to Rhode Island's confiscations that are coming up. Anybody that's new into the space trying to find out which rifle is going to be better for them as far as hunting, property protection, ranching, anything like that. And which one's going to be more utilizable as far as features, cost, accessories, that kind of thing. So first up on the list, we have the Mossberg MVP. If you guys haven't seen it, I did a full episode on it when I first got it in my studio and how much I despise this thing. I've had it out a couple of times since, and honestly, it's okay. It's not the best. For the price, would I get it again? No, I wouldn't. But we're going to see what we can do with this. Like I said in my last episode when I was covering why I'm keeping it. I wanted to compare this to another rifle, but I want to see how this does here when it comes to utilizing the factory mag, aftermarket mags, and if it's just what they send it with that's bad, or if it's everything. So first off, we got the factory magazine. I'm loaded up with some Winchester white box supersonics. Let's go ahead and see how this does. Okay. It's not horrid. I don't have it perfectly zeroed. And I am dealing with a little bit of height over bore. But one thing I do know, ever since I got it and I took it out last time, factory magazine completely sucks. Now, the one magazine I have found that works the best in this rifle are the Lancer mags. This is just 5.56 mag, which 300 Blackout usually feeds out of. And for some reason, this rifle loves it. And so now I'm loaded up with some Norma 147 grain supersonics. This isn't awful. I do know that with this thing, I can't keep it on target here, standing, and really do a good reload. It's very difficult to do. So it's just easier to bring it down and reacquire your target. That barrel does get hot quick, especially running supers. I will say it is pretty quick to get it back on target, at least enough to make a necessary shot. It's light enough to maneuver. I am not wild about how heavy it is. It could be a little bit lighter. But what I do like is the fact that even on an empty with the Lancers, you can close the bolt. So you don't have to drop the mag every time. Last time I was out doing some testing, one issue I found with this factory setup is the mag catch got stuck and it wouldn't retain the mag. So I'd slam it in there, I'd go to load it, I'd bring it up, and as soon as I got here and went like that, it would just fall out. Not the best. The bolt, it's a heavy bolt, it's very gritty, but if you already have one, you're not going to be able to sell it for any kind of even breaking even or close to breaking even. I would just hold on to it. Keep an eye on our series that we're going to be doing. We're going to be building this up to make it a little bit more efficient. But what I'm comparing this to is the next rifle. I'll go get it loaded up and show you. Okay, now what we're going to be comparing it to is the Howa 1500. This one did not come from the factory with the detachable magazine. It had a 5-round built-in. Hopped online, found the detachable trigger guard setup with the mag, and it wasn't cheap. The reason I'm doing this compared to the MVP, Howa does have a mini action series that is the 556 300 Blackout 762 by 39. This is chambered in 308 or 762 by 51, but I figure it's a close enough representation to kind of give you an idea and kind of explain the differences between the two platforms. And so we're going to run a couple rounds out of this and I'll get into it. This one, 1500 carbine, 16-inch barrel, bull barrel. And so it's got a little bit of heft to it, but for what it is, it's pretty lightweight. It weighs roughly the same as an AR-10. Already, I can tell you that the bolt is a lot smoother, but because it's 308, it has a lot more bang. The mini actions don't take AR mags. That is one drawback. So if all you can find in stock is the Mossberg MVP, I would say maybe snag the MVP if you're looking for something that takes AR mags. That way you get commonality between magazines and ammunition. But if you're looking for something that is going to be more precision built, then probably snag a Howa. If you're not too worried about mags, I'm not sure how some of these confiscations are going to be working as far as if it's just the firearms or if they're going to be coming after any of the magazines as well. I like the Howa. I love this thing. Like I said, right now it's got one wicked blast. That's because usually 308, you're going to be running it out of an 18 to 20 inch barrel. So chopping off that 2 to 4 inches off the end of it makes a big difference with how much unburnt powder is coming out the end. So this thing's got some concussion. I am looking at getting the new chemo for this one. I kind of scavenged it off of this one for the 300 because it's a better suppressor host. But I can notice a difference between shooting this suppressed and non. Once I get the chemo, I'll do a video on that, just showing the difference between the two. Let's go ahead and I'll show you if it comes to kneeling and trying to get accurate for hunting and doing follow-up shots, which one's going to be better for that aspect. Okay, so first off, we're going to cover what a solid kneeling position is going to be for the people that don't usually kneel or go prone. I prefer kneeling when it comes to getting accuracy. Prone is still a little bit difficult with my shoulder. So when you're going to be kneeling, you want your dominant knee on the ground underneath you. So if you're right-handed, it's going to be your right knee, left-handed, left knee. So I'm going to put my right knee down on the ground, and essentially you're going to be sitting on your shin. Now, a lot of people put their toe up and have their foot vertical. I lay my foot down. It gets me closer and more centered on the ground and allows me a better perch for my elbow. And the reasoning for using a kneeling position is you want as much bone on bone to the ground, so you get a more solid shooting platform. So if you're like back here like this in your thigh and it's soft, you're going to be moving around a lot, versus if you're out here over your knee, you got your heel planted, your knee is bony, your elbow's bony, so you're a lot more solid and it's not going to move around as much on you. When it comes to running a rifle in this position, usually what you want to do is you want to be able to stay on target, stay solid, right? And you want to be able to stay on target. And with this one, I'm pulling it off to the right. I can feel it. I'm doing this. Even with that, just because of how hard this bolt is to operate, and it's not smooth. So when I bring it back in, I have to try and get back on target. And it's not the best. You're not going to stay on target in a prone position or in kneeling. So, oh, I might not have loaded one. Yep, it didn't pick it up. I'm not picking them up. Okay. I may have just broken this rifle. Let's see. Okay. There we go. So I'm having to reacquire the target every time I cycle the bolt. And it's not even like I'm still on target. Okay, I just have to find center and rest. Yeah, it's not liking me. Oh, it's because I'm out. See, that is one issue with these mags. When it doesn't stop the bolt from going home, you don't know when you're out. But I mean, any bolt action is usually that way. So an issue that I'm finding is that if you are going to be in a posted up position, prone, sitting, kneeling, anything like that, you're going to still have to bring it down here to operate it efficiently and quickly versus just staying up here and operating the bolt like this. See, right now I'm looking at the target. I am off target by about 7 inches, 8 inches, completely off to the left. And that's just because I had to pull this up. It swung that way, and then in compensating to try and bring it back to target, as I pulled back, because of how rough it is, it went to the left. Is it a big deal for everyone? Not necessarily, but if this is going to be your all-around, all-purpose use, you're going to be using it for supersonics, hunting deer, elk, hog, cougar, anything like that. Being a 30 caliber, usually you can get away with hunting a lot of game in the United States. But something like this, if you're hunting something like hog that's going to come after you if you don't drop it immediately, you're not getting a quick follow-up shot on it. You're going to be backing up. You're going to try to get up quick, and you're going to be backing up just to get the proper reload on and getting back on target. So I'm going to grab the Howa, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to stay on target with that thing because of how smooth it is. So now we have the Howa, and this thing, though it's heavier, I can hold it on target a lot more efficiently. Still on target, still on target, still on target. It's a lot easier to maintain target alignment with the Howa just because of how it's engineered and how smooth the bolt is. Is that something that's important to everyone? No. But when you compare the price of both of these rifles, the ability to utilize this one as more of an all-purpose general use rifle is going to be a little bit greater. And that's why I advocate, if you're going to be getting something that takes AR mags in a bolt action, go with the Ruger American Ranch, because it's got more of the same type of engineering. It's got that smoother bolt. It's a lot lighter weight than both of these rifles, and you're going to be able to utilize it on more of a general purpose base and be able to actually get shots on target a lot quicker. Is it necessarily something that I say you should go out of your way to get? Not particularly. Like I said, if you're just trying to get something that's going to be, I have a bunch of ammo stocked up, I don't have a whole lot of AR mags, so I don't really care if it accepts AR mags, Howa is a good option. Mini Actions are running roughly the same price. They're all running around 7 to 8 bennies, depending on your state and which model you get. I do want to test out how well the suppressor does on that Mossberg. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to load it up with some subsonics, and we'll see how much of a difference it actually makes. We got the Mossberg MVP here. I do have the chemo break. I don't have the suppressor on it quite yet, but we have 10 rounds of the Winchester White Box Supersonics in this. I'm going to run 5 of them and then throw the suppressor on, see what kind of a difference it gets. These 5 supers. All right. And now actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch out for the Winchester Super Suppressed and see how that does. 5 rounds unsuppressed, and then we'll switch over to the suppressor. All right, not horrible. So I'm not sure if the mic can pick it up. You can hear a distinct difference between the supers and the subs. And there it went again. Mag catch is locking up, so I'm definitely going to have to get that fixed. The suppressor we're going to be using is the Sandman X 762 can. It is unloaded, don't worry. As you saw, I didn't cycle the bolt after firing that last round. And let's go ahead and we'll throw supers back in and see how much of a difference that makes. It's a little bit softer shooting. And I think that's just because of the added weight out over the end. If the mic picks it up, you can still really hear that crack. Yeah, it's a little bit better. You don't get as much concussion straight to the face with it. But now, let's go ahead and test out these subs in this and see how those do. Oh, that's quiet. Oh, that's quiet. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So I don't necessarily recommend this, but I took my hearing protection out so I could see how this sounds, because that sounds really quiet. Oh, that, yeah. It sounds like someone's spitting in an alleyway. Oh, I like that. Okay. Not as bad as I thought. All right, so now what I want to test is actually how fast we can cycle through this. I just got 10 rounds supersonic loaded up in this thing, so let's go ahead and see how fast we can get this sucker going. Ah. Double feed, see, there. There's an issue right there. It's not what you want out of a defensive rifle. All right, let's see. Yep. Ejector's jamming up. We're getting some double feeds, failure to eject. So I got the spent brass still in the bolt and the new one sitting next to it. That's not good. Mossberg, I'm disappointed. This isn't okay. This shouldn't be the problem. Yeah. The ejector's not working. Well, let's see. So you got to jam it back hard. It's not just a, okay, cool, here we go. And that could be a break-in thing. That could be faulty. That could be anything. I'm not wild about that. Mossberg. Dude. I'll grab the Howa and see if I can do any better with that. All right, so let's try the Howa. Now, I can't guarantee it ain't gonna blast the crap out of the camera, but whoo! Yeah, that'll do it. Holy, whoo! It's all about how they machine the bolts. The Mossberg has a very, very sloppy bolt. It goes in every direction, like I said in my last video of it. And it's really gritty, really stiff. The feeding isn't going to be exact. The ejector's obviously jacked. And I maybe have 100 rounds through it. So that thing shouldn't even be having issues with being gummed up yet, because I've only run maybe 30 rounds suppressed through it. So the fact that it's already gumming up with the ejector and the extractor and everything, I'm gonna have to look into that. Is it worth around 8 bennies for this rifle? No, I don't think so. Again, if I was going to get something like this, I would definitely go with the Ruger American Ranch. I, again, was looking for a 300 Blackout, which have been very difficult to find in the American Ranch. So I got stuck with this. Like I said, we're going to make this thing into something better. I will still continue to do more comparisons with the Howa and kind of give you a feel if this is going to be made much better or if it's going to be about the same. But let me know what you think down in the comment section, you guys. What setups do you think I should do with this? Just throw it in there. I'll see which ones there are out there, and we'll go with that. But comment, like, subscribe, do all the things. Head to the other socials, give us a follow. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe, stay savage, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.